Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. How's everyone doing today? Guys, sound off in the chat. Let's see. I think I'm a little bit lost here. Am I lost? I'm not lost. I know exactly what I'm doing. Happy Sunday, guys. Bitcoin's chilling. Actually, it's not chilling at all. It is pumping. Hey. Oh. Hey. Dang. That's embarrassing. We got Stimmy coming from the president, possibly $2,000 per person, and a rumor that the government shutdown is going to end tonight. The rumor specifically comes from ABC News. According to ABC News, enough Democrats are expected to vote to pass the funding test vote. I don't know what that means. Maybe they did the test vote and they got enough. ABC News reports that enough Democrats are expected to support a short-term funding bill to reopen government. That is incredibly bullish, not to mention the $2,000 tariff dividend stimulus situation. And on top of all of that, Bitcoin pumping up to $105,000 currently. We need a close above 100,952 for the 50-week EMA or the 50-week SMA, 102,845. If we close above both of them, it's going to be even more bullish. No matter what, at the end of the day, I'm excited. I'm very excited. We're getting a nice uptrend. Alts are also starting to wake up because of all of this news. Bitcoin dominance is sitting below 60%, which is awesome. If we can close the weekly below 60%, that would be huge, huge news. We'll see where everything ends up. As of right now, we're looking pretty good. We are looking pretty good. My retrace target of 106K still has yet to get broken above. We kind of, it looks like an inverse head and shoulders. I guess you could just call it a triple bottom if you want, if you didn't want to try and put a specific pattern label on it. But let's go see what our liquidation heat map looks like. 24-hour. See, there's a lot of liquidity to the downside. That's the only thing that frightens me. We got 59 million there. 103,842. Let me go. I guess I'll zoom into the 12-hour. Now, we talked about yesterday how the market likes to kind of wait on Friday, Saturday. We get locked in this weird liquidity, like there's walls on either side. And Sunday morning, afternoon is when we break out of those walls, and that's exactly what has happened. We got 103,898. A lot of liquidity to the downside. Oops. Oh boy, 103,898. 103,898. All right, let me change this back to a small green line. There we go. And then this big guy right here, 103,483. And then I guess I'll go. Let's go to this big one right here. 102,820. And the very bottom of that chunk to the downside, 101,161. And then up top, there's not a lot up top. We kind of hit all of them. 105,474. And I guess I'll go right here. 105,972. And I'll add more if we end up going up. As of right now, it looks looking a little indecisive. Alts are chilling. 15-minute on alts. Probably start to retrace. ETH is up 5.24% on the day. Looking really good. We've got 35.78 on the price. We're above 35, which is awesome. It looks like we broke above 33.66. Retested it as support and continued to the upside. With the bullish news on all of that, we got a pretty nice push. So, everything's looking real nice for that. 35.77 and 66 cents. Let's see, what are all these lines? I guess we're above the 35.60 point of contention. Volume could be a little bit better, but it is the weekend. Green dot on the momentum wave. We are bouncing off of the moving average in the RSI on a regular basis, which is awesome. If we could close this weekly daily close above 3,600, that would be awesome. Other than that, we'll keep an eye on it. RSI looks great. Momentum wave maybe entering overbought, but that's not a big deal. Solana is up 4.3% on the day, seemingly rejecting 167, but, you know, a little too early to tell right now. If we close above that, that would be awesome. We got a little triple bottom action going on here, perhaps an inverse head and shoulder if you want to call it that. Regardless, volume looks great. We are trading above the moving average on the RSI, green dot on the momentum wave, point to the upside. Tishu, you are first, my friend, you are first. We started a little bit earlier than usual today. I guess earlier than we've been starting this past week, so nobody else is here yet. But Solana may be rejecting 167. We'll see what it closes at. But 4 hours so far. See, I guess the only thing that concerns me is that it looks just like this. And we don't want that. I guess for the short term, we don't want that. For mid to high term time frame, it's not really that big of a deal. Total 3 is up 1.4%. Also seemingly recoupling to the total 3 fractal on the daily time frame. Looks awesome. If we do end up following the fractal, then from here on out, we're going to trade kind of sideways until mid to end of November. And then we could explode to the upside. So you can decide whether or not you're excited about that. Or if you're an impatient person like me and that kind of bums you out. Either way, we got a month to accumulate if that is the fact. But it's just a fractal, so it's not gospel, it's not law, so we don't exactly have to do exactly what that is. We do have a confirmed green dot on market cipher on November 4th, which is still in play. We're still trading above that. It looks like we broke above 939.16 and retested and confirmed that as support, which is awesome. Volume looks decent. RSI looks great, trading above the moving average. Green dot on the momentum wave, signaling further upside. Everything at total 3 looks relatively bullish. ADA's up 1.27% on the day. Tishu said number go up now after number went down. That is correct, actually, yes. When number stop go down, number go up. I don't know why that is the case, but I figured that out not too long ago, and I've been trading it. And usually, as long as I trade long when number go up, I make money. And I've been hesitant to tell people about it because I'm worried that the market maker is going to change that as soon as everybody else knows. So keep it to yourself. Keep that information close to the chest. ADA's up 1.32% on the day, currently trading at 57.62. I would like to see this close above 58. As of right now, it looks like it might be rejecting, but we'll see. We did hold our lower trend line of our descending channel, which is good. We kind of touched 50 cents. We're sitting at 57.66 right now, which is what, a 20% increase, which is pretty sick, actually. Let's see. This is, so if we bought at 50, we would be up 15%. Okay. So 20% would be 50 to 60, I think. Yeah. Tishu said, but number go up higher than it was before. Number went down. That is high or low, yes. 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 That is true. So, ADA, I want to close above 58. It's at 57.64 right now. We'll see how it reacts. I'm going to check financial juice again. Still looks the same. Yeah, enough Democrats expected to vote. The measure would fund the government through January 31st to provide full-year funding for SNAP and Veteran Affairs, according to Senate sources. So people, I believe as of right now, November 1st was the first day where they didn't have SNAP benefits. If they did all of this and they got the vote through, then the people would have only gone, I think, 8 days without, which is a full week. You know, that's still a lot of time. So if you do actually rely on that and you need it, then that's a big deal. A week is a long time, so hopefully, whatever needs to happen, happens. Next, SNEK is up 3.4% on the day, currently trading above 20, or 2, I guess I'll call it 0.2 of a cent. We are at 0.0020948, which is above 0.0020098, wouldn't you know. RSI just crossed bullish over the moving average, which is awesome. We got a green dot on our momentum wave, plenty of room to the upside. I did load up on SNEK on this dip. And I would also like to point out, my SNEK figure is officially on its way. I'm very excited about that. When I do get it, I'm going to be unboxing it, and it is probably going to be in a ton of selfies that I post. So be prepared for that. Tisha said, can it also be a dead cat bounce and number go down again? That's always possible with anything. So yes, it could be. But as of right now, we are potentially getting $2,000 stimmies, which is huge. Mr. President Donald Trump said he plans to hand out $2,000 tariff dividends, which is very exciting stuff. Now, people are going to say, well, tariffs are bad. Tariffs are inflationary. They are not printing money for these tariffs. Or, I'm sorry, stimmies. Stimmies are bad. Stimmies are inflationary. They are not printing money for these stimmies. This stimmy money is coming from other people. It's not printed. So, technically speaking, it is not inflationary. Very exciting stuff. Redistribute the wealth. All you got to do is hand people a big fat check. GOP bill includes deal to reverse federal layoffs. Very cool. We're going to keep checking financial juice for these updates because there's a lot happening in the government right now, and we want to keep up on it. All right, next, we were at XRP is up 3.02% on the day. Beautiful. Look at that. Tell me that's not some kind of triangle of some sort. I don't know if there's a count. It's like a shark fin almost. I'm just making stuff up at this point. We got 20 minutes remaining until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. Let's see, XRP is sitting at $2.35. Seemed to attempt to break above 240. Couldn't quite make it. Got a bit of an indecisive candle going on right now with a wick to the upside and to the downside. Can we close above 234.97? Probably. Volume decrease while the price increase. I guess that's some semblance of divergence. Your RSI is holding that moving average as support on a regular basis, which is awesome. You've got a green dot on your on Market Cipher as a whole from November 4th, which is huge. That is actually in play at the moment. You are officially back above that price level. So we'll see if that results in some significant upside. We also got a green dot on our momentum wave signaling further upside. Basically, everything points to potential number go up for XRP specifically. Let's close above 234, and even better, what would be even more incredibly bullish is if we closed above 240. I suspect we will be seeing some big fat green god candles if this vote gets passed. Oh my gosh, we got so much more news. Here we go. GOP bill includes, yep, we read that. RBA's Hauser GDP recovery started last year. Demand above potential output. Key is to boost productivity. More investment is new capacity. Achieving inflation goal will require policy to be restrictive enough to close output gap. Worst fears about the economy have not come to pass. Rate cuts to support growth from late 2025. Reserve Bank of Australia Deputy Governor Hauser, monetary policy in Australia faces unusual challenge. Okay, so this is specifically for Australia. Interesting though. We are reading world news essentially. I'm not sure how much Australia affects global financial markets, but I'm sure it does affect global financial markets in some capacity. HBAR. HBAR is only up 0.23% on the day. This looks more like an inverse head and shoulders than anything else we've seen so far. Neckline being probably, I guess, around that 1780, 83 area. It'd be pretty close. So we'll see if we get a break above that. If we do, the target's probably well above 1858. I'll call it 19. We'll call it the target 19. Gorman Brandsburg said, let's go. Cloture vote tonight? Indeed. Currently trading at 1761. HBAR is one of the few coins that got a ETF during the government shutdown, so that's interesting. We have a unconfirmed green dot on Market Cipher still in play. We'll see if that turns into anything. If we get a green dot later, I don't know. Green dot on our momentum wave pointing to the upside, and we are trading above our moving average on the RSI as well. Volume could be a little bit better, but it's stayed consistent. Like we got no volume here, a bump, a decrease, and then it has kind of like, I guess, smoothened out. Plateaued, if you will. Let's see if HBAR can get above 1783 for the close tonight. Weekly close tonight is huge for Bitcoin. We need to close well above 100,952 for the 50 exponential moving average or the 50 simple moving average at 102,845. Either way, if we close above both, that would be the best case scenario because that leaves no room for doubt at that point. For the bull market support band people out there. Sweet. SWE is up next, currently trading up 0.73% on the day. Dollar amount $2.13. Looks like we're having trouble getting above 220. So getting above that would be ideal. I don't know if we're going to close above that today. I guess I would just keep an eye on the RSI at that point. As long as we don't get a bearish cross over the moving average, we'll be okay. I would love to continue to crank up and close above 223, but I don't know if that's going to happen today unless we get some really, really bullish news right before the close. Volume looks relatively decent. Again, we are trading well above, or we're trading above the moving average on the RSI for the most part. And we got a green dot on our momentum wave, signaling further upside, unconfirmed green dot on market cipher as a whole. So we'll see if this turns into some sustained upside. As of right now, though, it looks pretty dang good. We got a fake out to the upside, a little break back in. I guess, do you want to call this wick a fake out to the downside? Maybe, who knows? Broke back above the upper trend line of whatever that is. That a falling wedge? I don't know. There's not a lot of confluence, honestly. We got, what, 2 points on the bottom, 2 points on the top, and then down here, maybe you call it 3 points bottom, 3 points top. I don't know. It's messy, so. But the trends are there, so the trend lines are still somewhat relevant. I just don't know if I trust the pattern itself to result in anything. But let's see. Yeah, I want to close above 223. But if we can close above 215 for the day, I'd be happy with that. Ondo's up 1.56% on the day, currently trading at 67.05. The close above 67 would be ideal today. Perfect world. Close above 67.31. What's nice about this is we are above both trend lines if you are going to call them relevant at all, which is completely up to you. It looks like we got our fake out to the upside, fake out to the downside, broke back above, retested, and confirmed that lower trend line turned upper trend line now. And we're trying to get above 67.31 next, which is a big point of confluence based on previous price action. Our moving average is testing that, our RSI is testing the moving average. And we got a green dot on our momentum wave, signaling further upside. Volume could be a little bit better, but it is Sunday. Let's see if we can close above 67.31. Arrow is up 10.64% on the day. This thing does not sleep. It got a little double bottom action down here, actually. So we had this wedge, or not even a wedge, it was a falling channel. Broke above it, retested it, kind of, and I guess we retested 76.03, which is kind of the bottom line for all of these touches as well. 1, 2, 3. So that's good. We held that very nicely. Clear inverse head and shoulder here. Target probably hit. Well, yeah, that definitely hit when we got to 104, I would say. And we're back above our purple trend line, which was kind of a legacy trend line that goes all the way back to April of 2025. Back above that, which is huge. That is probably going to turn into some sort of a mean for the price, an average, as we continue up. Unless we start to parabola, then that's going to be a completely different story. We do have a confirmed green dot on market cipher from November 4th, same as all the other altcoins, same date. So let's see if that becomes relevant. That is also the Pico low here, which is the 76-cent touch, which is awesome. We got above 85.99, retested as support, held. Got above 96.24, retested as support, held. Currently, we are breaking above 104 and the purple trend line. Seemingly having trouble getting above 110. But we'll see if we come back down for a retest of 104 eventually. Hold that and continue to the upside. Price looks great. RSI bouncing off the moving average to the upside. Green dot on your momentum wave, which we are entering overbought territory. So it should maybe slow down if we're going to maintain this mellow momentum. Otherwise, that might become entirely irrelevant if we continue to explode to the upside. Pinlink. Pinlink is up 7.7% on the day, currently trading at 24.89. We got above 23.14, which is awesome. Now, let's start to reclaim some of these important levels. I would like to see us get above 30 next. 30 is the next big one. 24.88 at the moment. Let's get above 25. If we close above 25 for the day, that would be ideal. We are trading above the moving average on the RSI, bringing that bad boy to the upside. Green dot on the momentum wave, signaling further upside as well. We are about to enter overbought on the momentum wave, though, so there might be a little temporary plateau here to cool off. But so far, we're looking good. Close above 23.14 is going to be a good thing for Pinlink. Renders up 3.2% on the day, currently trading at 239.40. Let's see. Looks like we... What is this? I'm assuming that's not a flat line, no. Okay, so we got a lower trend line from this triangle back here. We broke bullish out of the triangle and then just
lost that lower trend line, rejected, and continued to the downside. Got a little double bottom here. Got way above. Looks like we wicked. Couldn't break above 260. Got back below our lower trend line here. And now we're back above it, retesting it at the moment. I want to close above that. Right now, the level that we got to close above is probably 238. We're at 239.40 right now, so let's close above 238. And hopefully we can get above 260 next. We do have the RSI kind of dancing around the moving average right now. We might kind of curl down here, which wouldn't be a bad thing. You know, we gotta slowly grind up. But we'll keep an eye on it. We get rid of this messy thing. Green dot on the momentum wave, point to the upside. We do have 2 confirmed green dots on Market Cipher, which is what resulted, I think, in these 2 monstrous candles right here. One of them's 14, the other one's 14. That's 28% to the upside. Very nice rise. If you bought that dip, you are probably sitting in some good profits at the moment. So let's close above 238, like I said. Stellar's up 0.35% on the day. Currently trading at 28.43. Looks like we got above 27.62. Rejected 29.47. Retested 27.62 and held. Now we're at our midpoint right now. So let's get above 28.5 and then we can continue to the upside. RSI looks good. We're dancing around the moving average, continuing to the upside. Green dot on our momentum wave, which is sitting right in the middle. So there's plenty of room for upside out of that as well. Volume looks decent too. Let's close above 28.5, like I said. Polkadot is down 0.92% on the day, but Polkadot had a tremendous Friday, Saturday. Explosion to the upside after breaking above the purple trend line here at 269. Exploded. Absolutely exploded. We got a little breakout retest, boom, and then a rejection at 333. And right now we're kind of, I'm going to call it a flag. I'm going to say we're flagging out right now. Is Polkadot going to reclaim its spot in the top 20? I hope so. I feel like Polkadot could. Let's see where it's at right now. They're kind of, yeah, they're in 25 right now. So in order for them to get into the top 20, they would need to match Monero's market cap, which is 7.6. That would give them about a 50% spike, which would be huge. Polkadot could trade at $4.70, maybe $5. That would be pretty sick. I feel like it could happen. So keep an eye on that. A lot of potential for gains there. RSI chilling. We were overbought when that nice spike happened on Friday, Saturday. Volume looks great. Eyes are on it now. We got a green dot on your momentum wave. Point to the upside. Let's see if you can get that. Barcoin up 8.67% on the day. Currently trading at 31.96. We broke above 29.13. And we're struggling to get above 34 right now. Can we close above 30? Probably. But you never know. This thing has some pretty violent moves. We never entered overbought. We are trading well above the moving average and the RSI. And we got a green dot on the momentum wave, which is entering oversold at the moment, so we might need to cool off here. CAS is down 0.69, nice percent on the day, currently trading at 0.051. As long as we're above 0.05, I'm happy. CAS, I feel like, has been struggling for a little while. They got a lot of attention the other day when their founder declined some Binance listing or something like that, stating, I don't know, he threw some shade at CZ or Binance or something like that, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, that's so sick, and they went and bought it. Apparently those people, apparently there was only like 5 or 10 of them because the price didn't move that much. So hopefully you get some more upside out of this bad boy. As of right now, though, volume declining. RSI looks like it's kind of curling down. It could be consolidating, though. You got a green dot on your momentum wave. You might get a pop from here, but I would like to see it close above 51.78. We'll see. We do got a bullish hammer candle right here, technically, so it'd be cool to see that actually play out, but as of right now, it looks a little weak. Avalanche is up 1.09% on the day, currently trading at 17.69. We are above 17.56, which is huge. Can we continue to the upside? Volume looks good. RSI dancing around the moving average, testing it right now for support. Green dot on your momentum wave. You are not overbought. You do have a confirmed green dot on Market Cipher from November 4th, the same date that everything else has confirmed green dots. So let's see if that thing sends it to the stratosphere. Next break, hopefully to the upside, is 1828. Downside, we would have to close below 1756, and then we'd be looking at 1597. But as of right now, it looks good. Close above 1756 today, and we'll be in a good spot. Let's see, we got 7 minutes remaining. Chainlink is up 2.45% on the day, seemingly breaking above its upper trend line from its descending channel. Also above 1583. Can it recouple to the Chainlink fractal, which on the daily calls for the current price to be around, not financial advice, $17 or $18, which is a relatively decent gain. Let's see if the recoupling happens. Like I said, we did break above the upper trend line on this descending channel. Let's close above 1583 and see if we can start making our way towards 1750 next. RSI looks great, trading above the moving average. Green dot on our momentum wave, also not overbought, so we're in a good spot there too. Doge is up 1.65% on the day. Nice pump for Doge. If you would have bought this local bottom, you would be up 12% right now. Currently sitting at 1789, which is just below 1791. Can we close above 1791 for the daily and weekly today? That would be ideal. RSI dancing around the moving average. Point to the upside still. Well, I mean, it's kind of, it looks like it wants to test that moving average, so we'll see. But the overall trend is pointing to the upside. And we do have a green dot on our momentum wave as well. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think Doge is the people's meme. I think there's a ton of potential here for the longer term gains. You know, the second Elon tweets about it, it's probably going to blow up. It might not last, but there's a lot of potential here. It seems to be a household name for meme coins. It's kind of the godfather of meme coins. All right, next we've got Near. Up 1.29% on the day, currently trading at 297. Near is also one of the coins that pumped like crazy the other day. It was incredibly overbought. What's interesting here is we got kind of a divergence potentially getting ready to happen. Our price is higher while our RSI is lower. So we'll see if that ends up turning into something. If that does, I will say that does simply signal a short-term downtrend for the price and a longer-term uptrend while the RSI trends down, so that it's not the wrong kind of bullish or bearish div. That is the right kind. Price looks great. Candles look amazing. 297. Can we close above 299 or maybe even $3 on the day? That would be awesome. RSI did break below the moving average, but that's not the end of the world. Like I said, I mean, look at it. Your RSI is sitting at 67.50 and the price is at 298. Last time price hit 298 and closed there, your RSI was overbought at 82.5. So your RSI is cooling off while the price is going up. Again, that is bearish divergence, but that does signal a ton of momentum to the upside while the relative strength decreases. So just keep an eye on it. Be a little careful. Let's see. Yeah, close above 299 would be awesome. Green dot on the momentum wave. It is overbought. You got two green dots confirmed on Market Cipher from the Pico low that signaled your upside there. That second green dot should have been a huge buy signal for us. I don't know why we didn't see it, why we didn't play it, but sometimes you miss. Pengu. Pengu's up 2.91% on the day, currently trading at 0.0152. Close above 1477 would be ideal. It looks like we're probably going to get that unless something crazy happens. We get a green dot in our momentum wave, pointing to the upside, and our RSI is dancing around the moving average. There's room to the upside for Pengu for sure. I would like to see it get above 16.9, but we'll see what happens. Silver's up 0.3% on the day, currently trading at 48.45. Nothing too much going on here. Same thing that we talked about yesterday with the potential inverse head and shoulder target. I think it was like, it wasn't too much, like 52. Yeah. Target's around 52, so we'll see if anything comes of that. Gold. Gold specifically looks relatively similar. So we were hoping for an NW, which is what this semi-transparent pattern is. That did not play out. Now we're kind of relying on the idea of an inverse head and shoulder. But we did have a very clear upper trend line resistance from 1, 2, 3, 4 hits to the upside here that all failed. And then we eventually hit and broke and now retested and confirmed as support that upper trend line resistance. That resulted in our RSI getting a break above the moving average and has since held that as support. It looks like it's coiling up, especially when you zoom in on it. Are we going to see a pop to the upside this week? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We do have a green dot on our momentum wave, pointing to the upside, signaling upside. We are entering overbought territory in that, though, so be careful, or it's getting close. But 4,006, we're holding 4,000, which is awesome. That's exactly what we're going to see. DXY, a little bit of a rebound here, which is interesting. Are we going to cross bullish over the moving average? I don't know. Tons of red, confirmed red dots on Market Cipher. I don't know if that means anything. We do got a green dot on the momentum wave, so we'll see if upside transpires here. MicroStrategy, aka Big B Coffee, whatever, whoever designed their logo, I'm convinced works for Big B Coffee. 241.50. We'll see if this thing starts to recover heading into the week. We do have a confirmed green dot on MarketCypher. The last time we got that for MicroStrategy, oh my gosh, this is actually huge. The last time we got a confirmed green dot on MicroStrategy on the 4-hour time frame was September of 2024, which was the last point of this giant trend, triangle, whatever you want to call it, that exploded to the upside. Are we going to repeat history? I don't know. That's actually huge. I bet you all the MicroStrategy folks would freak out if they heard about that. NASDAQ, S&P, we'll see what they look like tomorrow. Bitcoin dominance 59.9. Ladies and gentlemen, less than 1 minute remaining until the daily close contest, so make sure you get your guesses ready. Bitcoin 104, 557 and 46 cents. Let's see. All right. 18 seconds remaining on the clock. Current rankings, we've got Mr. Tyler in first place with 41 wins, followed by Tom Sellerscoat in second place with 27, Fahid in third with 25, Mr. Roberts and Giovanni tied in fourth with 16. Ladies and gentlemen, 3, 2, 1. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Don't forget to smash the like button. It really helps the channel. Been struggling for views, I'm not gonna lie. It's been quite a struggle bus, but we still come here every single day, make sure we get you guys the good news and all that stuff. It's getting spicy out there. We got Gourmet Brands Brooklyn coming in with 104, 589 and 98 cents. I got some delicious coffee from a local coffee place, and my fiance was like, do you want to try this? I was like, eh. And then we went there and they had all this fancy coffee and stuff, and I was like, man, that sounds really good. And I got one, and I've been doing dark roast for like the acidity because I get really bad heartburn. And yeah, it's so good, dude. So now every time she goes out there, because she goes out there a lot for the theater, for her theater stuff, so I'm like, can you give me a coffee? She brought one home today. It's so good. It is so delicious, and it was still hot too. Bitcoin 104, 614 and 76 cents. Anybody else? For the daily close contest, it's completely free for you guys to play. Anyone can participate. Only one will win. You could win up to $300 for the grand prize. All you got to do is tell me what you think the daily close price for Bitcoin is going to be on the Binance USDT chart. If you nail the first 6 digits, you win 20 bucks. If you nail all 8, you win $300. We've handed out quite a few $20 prizes. No $300 prizes yet. I'm going to see, I guess we'll see by the end of December if anybody wins the $300 prize at all. That would be kind of crazy if nobody won. We've had so many close calls. One of our participants played 2 separate times, like weeks apart, and he literally guessed over by 1 penny twice, which his guess, it is Price is Right rules, so his guess didn't count at that point. But because that happened two times, and that's crazy impressive, we did send him a custom mug because that is pretty sick. I think Mr. Tyler was off by like 69 cents before, which is hilarious. There's been all kinds of crazy goings on, but you guys got 3 minutes. Nope, you got 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining on the clock to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Like I said, anyone can play. All you got to do is submit your guess in the chat. All right. Oh, jeez. I'm clicking on the wrong buttons. What's going on, Dixie? Bitcoin 104, 708 and 10 cents. Tom Slogscout said 2. That's a pretty good typo. 104, 688 and 33 cents. Let's see, we've got precisely 2 minutes remaining on the clock for the daily close contest. Get your guesses in, ladies and gentlemen. Chance for you to win up to $300. Okay, Dixie giving us a guess. This is his first participation. 103, 869. Tom Sellerscoat coming in with 104, 680. Guys, we're getting a little pumpy here. We got some tariff stimmies coming in, possibly. Thank you Donald Trump for the pocket change. Appreciate you. Cheers. All right. Bitcoin 104,701 and 90. Nope, 104,710 and 7 cents. Very cool. Number go up. We do like number go up. We got a unconfirmed green dot on market cipher on the 1 minute time frame. I kind of like to watch the cloud, honestly, when it's oversold like this for a long period of time. I know this is the 1 minute time frame, but maybe it works. Who knows? It usually tends to flip to the upside for a little bit afterwards, so I don't know. Dixie said that actually worked. LOL. What did? You submitting your yes? Yes, it did. Yeah, if you put letters in between the numbers for some reason, YouTube likes it. If you just do numbers, like Tom Selleck's goat doesn't have any problem. Sometimes people can't get theirs in. Tom Selleck's goat said if tariff stimmies come, keep buying gold. Why though? They're not printing money for the tariff stimmy. Like, I understand everyone saying the last stimulus was inflationary, but this one, and I guess that goes with the argument that tariffs are inflationary, but the money is there already. Like, where you put it doesn't really matter. So it's not going to create more or less if you give the money to poor people. I'll tell you what, I'm probably getting a check. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. 8 seconds remaining. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for participating in the Daily Close contest. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's get these bad boys on the board. We've got 104,680 from Tom Selleck's coat. We've got Gourmet Brands Brooklyn. With 104,589 and 98 cents. And last but not least, we've got 103,869 from Dixie Flatline. Very cool. Alright. What the hell? Oh, Dixie's way down there. Strategic though. Nice big gap. Big gaps usually result in some relatively decent chances of winning. Bitcoin currently trading at 104,741 and 69 cents. Tom Selleck's goat is currently in the lead with his guess of 104,680 even. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 4 minutes and 4 minutes actually remaining until the daily close contest commences. Or I'm sorry, until the daily close itself. Let's see, we've got Bank of Japan. Uncertainty remains over outlook, but Japan will see environment fall into place to adjust policy rate depending on economic price outlook. One member comments, no need to hurry to increase interest rates, but must raise without losing appropriate timing. One member indicates conditions for advancing towards policy normalization are nearly met, but needs to assess the extent underlying inflation rate has become entrenched. Inflation pickup likely temporary. Bank of Japan can shift policy if there is no negative news regarding global economy or markets, and if Bank of Japan can confirm firms' active wage-setting behavior will be maintained. I want to know why the Bank of Japan, or why Japan in general, has so much money floating around. They have like one of the highest circulating dollar amounts. It's crazy. I had no idea until recently. I'm like, wow. Like, I thought the United States would have been number one. We're like number 8 or 9. I was like, whoa. That's crazy. I was also very impressed to learn that I think China is the largest economy on the planet. That was pretty sick. There's certain things they don't really think about ever, and then you look into them and you're like, whoa, wow. One of my favorite statistics right now is the global population, because there's really no guaranteed way to measure that. You can like guess and like estimate birth certificates and social security, like whatever they do in our country, but globally there's really no way to tell. And population increases over time. I remember learning in like elementary school that the global population was like 8 billion. They're trying to say it's like still around that 20 years later. I'm like, what? There's no way. So I would not be surprised if there was like 16 billion people on this planet. I don't know, it's just one of those things that I haven't really done in-depth research, but it intrigues me, it tickles my brain quite a bit. Bitcoin 104,746 and 46 cents. Tom Selleck's goat is still in the lead. He almost lost it for a second. We've got 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining on the clock. What's it gonna be, ladies and gentlemen? What did you guys do this weekend? I managed to fix one of my broken door handles on my personal van. That was very exciting. And I have one more thing. There's a scraping in the front passenger wheel. I don't know if it's the hub or the caliper. Either way, I'm gonna have to put money into fixing it. Hub is easier, believe it or not. I'm not a fan of bleeding brakes. We've got precisely 60 seconds remaining on the clock. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. Tom Selleck-Scott, our current lead, says if tariff revenue is recycled purchasing power, when the government redistributes it as stimulus, it increases household demand without adding corresponding goods or productivity. The effect mirrors printing money because spending power rises relative to supply. So where does circulating supply come into play in this? Because that's my biggest question. If the top 10% of like people with money own 90% of the global supply of money and that's not circulating, the remaining 90% of people only have 10% to play with? How does that not contribute to lowering inflation? I think inflation is made up. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. We got 8 seconds remaining. 104, 722, and 95 cents. Tom Selleck-Scott still in the lead. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, Tom Selleck-Scott, on your victory. Bitcoin daily close 104, 722, and 96 cents. 104, 722, 96. 104, 722, and 96 cents. Congratulations, my friend, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner, with a guess of 104,680 even. And we're getting a little dump-rooney after that. Interesting. Very cool. Congratulations, my friend. Let me switch the 4-hour time frame. Zoom out a little bit. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for participating in the daily close contest. A very indecisive 4-hour candle close, but I am happy to report that for the weekly close, we did close above our required moving averages, regardless of whether or not you're looking at simple or exponential. Both were closed well above. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. We made it. We are not entering a bear market this week. Also, yay! Tom Selleck-Scott is the winner of today's daily close contest. Congratulations, my friend. Let me add you to the winner's Google Doc. Oops, press the wrong button. Whatever done. Okay. Cool. All right, let's go back really quick. I want to check. Tom Selleck-Scott, 28 wins now. He is only 14 wins away from being ahead of Tyler, which is huge. Very cool. Very, very cool. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 104,680 even and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 104,722 and 96 cents on November 9th, 2025, Mr. Tom Selleck-Scott's prize is a chocolate-covered banana. Congratulations, Tom Selleck-Scott, on your victory. Feel free to, I don't know, it's frozen, so maybe break this bad boy apart and divvy it up amongst yourself and your friends. You can try to cut it if you want, maybe bite it, but don't break your teeth. We do not have dental coverage, and once you take possession, we are no longer legally responsible for anything that happens from that point forward. Feel free to share this with your friends, family, your fellow competitors, random person on the street. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. And you'll spend it on your new 50-year mortgage. No joke, I'm going to actually look into a 50-year mortgage as like a little shoehorn to get my foot in a damn house. If I gotta pay 4 times more for the house over time, I don't really give a crap. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, just chilling, taking it easy, had emergency gallbladder surgery. That's why I was out for a while. Dang, that sucks. I'm so terrified of that happening. Gallbladder and kidney stone. like two of my biggest irrational fears. I think my number one is people randomly administering drugs to me, like without my consent. I've had nightmares of my friend just going and blowing a cloud of cocaine in my face and me being like, "What the heck, man?" And then I've had my number one biggest irrational fear is a stranger running up to me on the street and just injecting me with heroin. I don't know if there's ever been a case of that happening, but imagine you're just, boom, you're addicted to heroin and you're high. You have no control over anything. You just passed out high on the ground in the middle of the street. That is terrifying. That sounds like the scariest thing in the world to me. Tom Silkscoat said, I'm going to deep throat it. You're going to get throat freeze. Prior to continued solid weekly close. I agree. Very cool. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn, I'm glad you're feeling better, my friend. And if you're not feeling better, you have no choice. You are feeling better. All right. We got through all of our charts. Let's go take a look if there's anything, any updates. Nope. Okay, quiet. More certainly, Bank of Japan's price target achieved. Attention to upside price risks. Okay. Household reaching approximately 2% inflation. That's actually huge. Given real interest rates have been significantly negative, attention is warranted on developments in real estate prices. Unemployment will increase sharply with inflation remaining high. Interesting. Oh, it's not their view that unemployment will increase. Okay. All right, news articles, guys. Bitcoin 104,239 or 397. I don't know where I got that number. Let me start over. Bitcoin 104, 405, 449 and 3 cents. Tom Silkscoat said, "Bro, you have some serious trust issues." With what? I don't. What did I say? Oh, okay, yes. I don't know if it's trust issues. Is it? Maybe it is. But I don't have like trust issues in real life. I don't know if it is trust or I don't know, man. I don't know. I see. I would call it a control problem. I feel like I need to be in control, and I think that stems to being kicked out at such an early age, and having to like live on my own for a little while. I literally have a bag of crap that I don't use, but I bring it with me everywhere I go. I leave for work. I pack the stupid backpack, and I bring it with me. It's been like that for over a decade. Pretty messed up. So maybe I do have trust issues. But it stems from a control thing. I feel like I need to have control over my life. And if somebody injects me with heroin or blows cocaine in my face, I feel like I'd have a little more control if the cocaine thing happened. But that's just a side effect. Anyways, liquidation heat map we went over. Market's looking decent. Obviously, we're going to get a little red after that. No surprise. We'll see how red we get. Nothing crazy going on in the news. Global markets, we got President Trump says Americans will get at least $2,000 dividend payment, including or excluding high-income earners. Thank you, Donald Trump. Just in, President Trump says people that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world with almost no inflation and record stock market. I agree. And I agree with those metrics as well, because if we just say whatever we want and it becomes true, then why not? I am also a filthy rich homeowner with unlimited money and no problems. Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin. Best continue. I thought that was a pretty sick quote. But still my favorite Saylor quote still to this day is Bitcoin is the exit strategy. I think that one packed the most punch for sure. President Trump says businesses are pouring into the U.S. only because of tariffs. Treasury Secretary Bessent warns the economic impact of the government shutdown is worsening. Let's see. Dan Gambardillo, dear crypto holder, do whatever you want with this, but $2,000 stimulus to Americans. Government shutdown ends, quantitative tightening ends, Fed cuts rates, Treasury liquidity injections, liquidity flips, business cycle to expansion, Clarity Act passes, altcoin ETF tsunami begins. I believe that end result there would probably be number go up. Senate Majority Leader Thune says a deal to end U.S. government shutdown is nearly ready. Very cool. Marty Party posted, just saw a 21 shares commercial for crypto ETFs on TV at a sports bar. That's new. That's actually huge. Tisha said, did you ever watch the Sailor video? I did not. I am familiar with the premise though, but I have not watched the video. This is what I've been looking for right here. These big institutions starting to advertise crypto. I've seen CME advertising crypto on X specifically. I have not seen any commercials for it yet though. 21 shares advertising crypto ETFs on TV at a sports bar is huge. That might be the ultimate sign that what we think is coming is possibly coming. Because that's all they need to do. They need to just get everyone else on board, and then boom, we have exit liquidity. And I don't mean to be morbid, but that's the way that it goes. Party also posted Trump $2,000 dividend to all low-income Americans from tariffs. Thank you, Donald Trump. Breaking huge news. Read again. Acting CFTC Chair Caroline Pham has been meeting with regulated exchanges to guide the launch of leveraged spot crypto products on designated contract markets, DCM, with a goal to begin trading before year's end without new congressional authority. The fact that the CFTC is acting above the shutdown tells me the agencies don't work for the government anymore. There are new rules. Hashtag we going up. Tishu said, I'm not sharing anything I find with you ever again. Oh, what is. President Trump announces that he will be paying a tariff dividend of at least $2,000 per person. Stimulus checks are officially back. No more money to the insurance companies. The money must now go directly to the people. This one was huge. To the Democrat-supported insurance companies for really bad Obamacare. The money must now go directly to the people. Taking the fat cat insurance companies out of the corrupt system of healthcare, the people can buy their own. Much better policy for much less money, saving for themselves an absolute fortune. I don't know how I feel about that myself, because I've looked into insurance outside, because I apparently I don't qualify for Medicare or any of that stuff, and it's expensive for like bare minimum coverage. It's kind of crazy. This morning, President Trump made the below announcement. A dividend of at least $2,000 per person will be paid, excluding high-income people. The economic implications of such a massive stimulus-like payment are huge, especially with markets at record highs. First, who will be receiving this payment? Let's take a look at the most recent stimulus payments, March 2021. 1,400 full payments were only made to single filers, making up to $75,000, households making up to $112,500, and married earners up to $150,000. Stimulus checks are back. President Trump just announced the tariff dividend, a payment of at least $2,000 per American. We expect 85% of U.S. adults to receive this, resulting in $400 billion handed out, all as U.S. debt nears $40 trillion. What's next? Let us explain. Very cool. Let's see. Debt ceiling every single time. Tariff dividend. Interesting. Ultimately, stimulus payments almost always end up being massive involuntary taxes. That is, you pay multiples worth of your stimulus payment in the form of inflation, own assets, or you will be left behind. Basically, number go up. Own assets, you're left behind. Still not convinced of our view. All right, this one's probably going to be a long one, so bear with me. The U.S. government is about to hand out $400 billion in stimulus payments for the first time since 2021. Meanwhile, the Fed is cutting rates as the labor market continues to crumble, with the U.S. inflation back above 3%. As Magnificent Seven companies alone are investing over $100 billion per quarter in CapEx amid the AI revolution. The math is simple. The U.S. government is handing out stimulus checks with stocks at record highs. This is fuel to the bull market's fire. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be inflationary, though. That part is a little bit lost on me. Tishu said, haha, you don't care. I mean, I hope you're joking. That's all I'm going to say. Breaking, crypto surges after President Trump announces $2,000 tariff dividends to be paid out to Americans. Rate cuts plus record highs, plus AI, plus stimulus checks. Buckle up. And then they apparently just showed crypto. That was kind of funny. President Trump says the Obamacare scam has led to a massive increase in stock prices of insurance companies, all at the expense of the American people. They are making a killing while health coverage only gets worse, he says. So far this week, Trump announces 50-year mortgages. Trump announces $2,000 stimulus checks. Trump says insurance money should go to the people. Trump says tariffs will begin paying down U.S. debt. Trump says no more money to the insurance companies. 2026 is going to be a wild year. I agree. U.S. Congress is reportedly close to reaching a deal to reopen the government after Senate Democrats signaled that they are ready to back a bipartisan proposal. At least 10 Democrats are expected to support advancing a spending and short-term funding bill. Very cool. Tariff, dividends, and high-income people. Today, President Trump announced that high-income people will not receive tariff dividends. However, in our view, high-income people are going to receive the biggest dividend of all. Why so? Because, as we saw in 2020 and 2021, stimulus checks are almost always the largest form of involuntary taxation through inflation. Those who own assets like stocks, real estate, crypto, and gold will see massive nominal asset growth. These individuals also happen to be the high-income people. Everyone else benefits from a one-time spending boost, only to fall behind as inflation roars on. Asset owners will win massively. Tishu said, I'm only half joking because you never watch what I share. I actually always do. This is the first time I haven't. Key events this week. Markets react to $2,000 tariff dividend Monday. U.S. government shutdown enters day 41 Monday. NFIB small business index tax. I don't know where I got that word. Index data Tuesday. Wednesday, OPEC monthly report. Thursday, federal budget balance data. This week, 9 Fed speaker events. Jeez, that seems like a lot. There's only 7 days in the week. Expect another volatile week ahead. I'm kind of excited. So far, I feel like we've been doing pretty good. U.S. unemployment likely rose again last month. The Chicago Fed estimates the unemployment rate to increase 4.36% in October, the highest since October 2021. The increase reflects slower hiring as well as higher rate of layoffs, quits, and retirements. It was also influenced by the government shutdown. As a result, the unemployment rate has now risen by a full percentage point since May 2023. Meanwhile, U.S.-based employers announced 1.09 million layoffs year to date, nearly matching the pace seen in 2009, according to Challenger Gray. The U.S. labor market needs help. Yeah, I do think that they're going to step in and like cap the amount of that is quite a sight. The amount of people that can be fired because of AI and stuff like that. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, you're talking about heroin. I knew a guy growing up that worked for Mafia who used to inject people who didn't pay back money with HIV. They paid some crackhead for some blood. Crazy. That is actually insane. Wow. That's too much, man. That's too much. See, I'll take like the old school soprano, like break my legs or something. Don't inject me with some disease. Dixie said, what defines high income people for this go round of stimulus? They don't know this go around, but compared to the last one, individuals, it was 75, married was 150, and there's an in-between metric. I don't remember. But if they go off of the last same thing, then it's 75K for one person and 150 for married people. Bank of Japan, okay. CryptoFace posted 7 hours until Bitcoin confirms an over 80% bullish indication. The big boy BitBoy green dot on the daily time frame. Even in bear markets, a daily green big boy is a very, very high probability of a decent sized move up. How long will it last? We will see. Very cool. Let's see if he posted an update. Dixie said, "LOL." Well, F that noise. All right, yeah, we got nothing. We got nothing from CryptoFace. Alert: U.S. consumer sentiment has crashed to its second lowest level in history, per Kobayashi letter. I believe we read about this last night. Opinion analyst says Bitcoin weakening dominance could signal the start of an altcoin season. That's exciting. Isn't that what Bitcoin dominance is? Bitmine bought over 744,600 ETH since October 5th. No panic selling at all. Very cool. Could you imagine if they just bought and sold like willy-nilly? Like if Sailor was just like retail, just buying and selling every time the price did anything. That would be such a mess. Galaxy Digital's Alex Thorne says Bitcoin hype will return soon. Google Finance added Polymarket and Kalshi prediction data. This one is awesome. That one's very exciting. Good job, Google. There is now almost a 67% chance of rates cut in December per CME. Robert Kiyosaki says my target price for Bitcoin is 250K in 2026. I like that target. Big, despite an unrealized loss of 150 million, Sharplink Gaming hasn't sold a single Ethereum. What do they know? Probably how to actually make money. Update, Ethereum is 16% away from its all-time high. Very cool. Big, Trump plans to hand out $2,000 in tariff dividends. Do you remember the last time the U.S. government gave out money? I do. Now, Q4 hasn't been this red since 2018, but we still have time. I like that little copium at the end right there. But there's still time. Stock Money Lizards posted, Crypto X, the candle commentators are back. Remember that all these Sunday pumps may feel nice, but price action needs to be proven tomorrow with volume. Stay calm, never FOMO in or out. SML team publicly shared their entries. I don't know what Stock Money Lizards. Okay, that's what it's. Bitcoin between 98 and 102K equals strong buy. When your favorite influencer will flip bearish again on red candles tomorrow, you should just ignore all the noise. I do like that. It is quite comical, and I'm guilty of it as well. You know, Bitcoin chilling over 100K, and most couldn't give a F. Pretty surreal if you've been here a while. Ash Crypto posted the last time the U.S. government reopened after a shutdown, Bitcoin made a 5-month rally, surging by over 300%. That's awesome. Scottie Pippen posted Bitcoin history repeats like the Bulls did. We've got 2024 accumulation, manipulation, distribution. 2025 accumulation, manipulation. What comes next? You tell me. And last but not least, Eric Crypto. History doesn't repeat, but it sure rhymes. 2017, we got a 59x. 2021, 92x. 2026, incoming alt season. Every cycle gets bigger. The next one could redefine the entire crypto landscape. Number go up. Very cool. Financial juice is chilling. Bitcoin pumping. Very exciting stuff. We do like pumpy Bitcoin. Congratulations, Tom Selleck Scope, once again on your victory. Cheers, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. Appreciate you guys for being here. Very cool. All right, portfolio update. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is only down $295, which is 29.5%. That's not bad, actually. Everything is in the red, starting from the bottom. Fetch is down $56 or 56%, whatever you dollars or percent. They're all $100 purchases, so the dollar amount, the percentage amount is going to be the same. Aptos is down 47. Proppy is down 37. Shib is down 36. Render is down 35. Ondo's down 33. Doge is down 26. ADA is down 25. Near's down 2. And Sol is also down 2. Tom Selleck said Brian Johnson, the guy who's trying to figure out how to live forever, did 5 grams of mushroom today. Did like hundreds of tests while doing them. I'm going to be interested in seeing the results. I read one of the tweets. This is I've been very interested in the guy. I will say, regardless of what he's doing and if it's weird or not, he's a funny dude. And his posts are incredibly interesting. What is his damn name? Brian Johnson. And I was reading this post. They have someone tweeting while he's doing the mushrooms. Oh my gosh, there's updates, dude. I'm cracking up. This is the first time I've seen them go oh, we're going to do this. And I read that and I went, wow, I'm actually interested in the full results of this. Because all the other medicine, everyone's studying this stuff for forever. I'm bored of it, to be honest. I feel like mushrooms are incredibly untapped. Mushrooms to me are like the ocean. We have not even scratched the surface. Right here we've got update 3. Hold on, there was one that was really funny. Somebody was posting for him. Right here, update 1. It's around 1 hour since he took his 5-gram dose of magic mushrooms. Some of his observations so far. Loves the drums music he's listening to. Apparently he started learning the style of drums years ago. Described the dose as calm and pleasant. He's having a really lovely time. Sense of time is definitely warped. He thinks more time has passed than it has. Thinks he is peaked. He felt a strong desire to look after the people in the room, checking if we're okay. Asking me if I had eaten. We told him that we're all good and he can focus on himself and the experience. Visual hallucinations are happening. My face and the trees are alive and moving. As I'm typing this, he started giggling. He's having a fantastic time. This made me so happy to read. It like reminded me of the first time I smoked weed. It was pretty fun. Pretty fun stuff. Okay, back to business. Bitcoin 105, 445 and 63 cents. Tom Selleck said he ate a salad and he thanked the mushroom in the salad before eating it. Yeah, dude, that's so good. They need to make a TV show of this guy at this point. I would watch the crap out of that. It's like Survivor, but like surviving life as long as possible. All right, next, Memecoin portfolio. Memecoin portfolio is still kind of in the mud. We're down 440 right now, which is I believe 44%, which is crazy. Every single asset is in the red. Starting from the bottom, GigaChat is down 159. SNEK is down 108. Pepe is down 72. WIF is down 55, and Doge is down 47. Then our narrative portfolio, my favorite, and I think the most stable, down 75 at the moment. We do have one asset in the green, the rest are in the red. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down 43. VeChain is down 37. Mana is down 16. Pepe is down 13, and Tau is up 32, actually. Tau still single-handedly carrying the entire portfolio. Mr. Roberts, hey JJ, hey gang, what's going on, Mr. Roberts? Appreciate you for stopping by. Happy Sunday, my friend. Good news, TLDR, Mr. Roberts, we did close above the number that we needed to close above. We're getting a little pumpy here. Trump's talking stimulus, and we're getting a possible end to our government shutdown tonight. We'll have to wait and see, but so far, the numbers are looking good. Oh, and Tom Selleck won a chocolate-covered banana. All right. Narrative portfolio we went over. In case you guys are not aware, this portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one real-world asset coin, and one gaming coin. And then last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio, which I think was our best performer, still is, currently down $226, which is 22.6%. Not bad at all. We do have one asset in the green here. The rest are in the red. Starting from the bottom, Avalanche is down 49. Render is down 41. Pith is down 32. Sui is down 31. Graph is down 27. Ondo's down 25. Crow is down 16. Sol is down 8. ETH is down 8. And Link is up 6. Very cool. I think the perfect entry portfolio, or surprisingly, the 1K to 10K Grok portfolio, one of those two I think is going to become positive first. Totally guessing. Honestly, though, the Memecoin portfolio could surprise everyone. Bitcoin 105, 510, 578. We're getting really pumpy here. It's like weirdly pumpy today. I don't know. Maybe the government shutdown is going to end. Maybe they're all front running. How funny would it be if we had like a little hidden camera inside of Congress and they're all like, okay, everyone go buy some Bitcoin. We're about to announce that the shutdown has ended. They're all like, okay, calling their grandchildren. How do I buy some Bitcoins? None of them know how to do it. Cheers, guys. Happy Sunday. Yeah, that's good coffee. All right. Thank you, Donald Trump, for the potential $2,000 stimulus checks. He said minimum $2,000, so we'll see. China, what is PBOC to set yuan midpoint at 7 point? I don't know what any of this means, but cool. That's exciting. Japan, Prime Minister Takachi will not abandon government primary balance target for fiscal 2025, but will review next government fiscal target for future that considers fiscal state over several years. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, what's up? I think that's it, guys. You got any assets you want me to take a look at? Let me know. Let's see. I'm going to go check Fear and Greed. Yeah, Total 3 looks really good here. I would like to point out, if we do get incredibly bullish over the next 2 weeks, the moon cycles might be real. I'm just saying. We had a full moon, which is the bearish one. Leading into the full moon, the market got really, really red and depressing, and everyone was freaking out. And now that's over, we are going into new moon territory, which is the bullish one, leading into that. So far, number go up. So I'm going to let the charts speak for themselves, but keep that in mind. You know, we're
kind of silly to trust in TA but not trust in the moon. So I'm just saying. People have been doing that for long before financial markets even existed. All right, fear and greed. I'm going to go check out coin market caps, and let's check out this one. We are at 29 here. We are still in fear, which is interesting. I'm surprised that we didn't hit our low of 16 or 10, whatever this is, from February. How did we not get that low, dude? Sentiment was so god awful this past week. It's insane to me that we did not hit that low. And coin market cap is at 29, which is also just regular old plain old fear. Interesting. Yesterday was also, or actually yesterday was lower at 24. Last week was 36. Last month was neutral at 54. Interesting. The yearly high was November 20th, 2024. And by yearly, I'm assuming they just mean the past 12 months, so that'll change over time. I don't know. I'm interested in knowing what December is going to look like. We got our first snow here in Michigan. If you guys have not seen it yet, I did upload a video today. How to start a snow removal business, step-by-step guide. Go check it out if you're interested. You could legit, like I did the math, you could make a crap ton of money. And I don't know. I'm probably going to be putting on more content like that because I enjoy it. I really do. I don't know why my brain works this way. It just does. I'm probably going to call it evening, I suppose. We got everything out that we needed to get out. Numbers going up, which is very exciting. If we get a little too pumpy, I'll definitely jump back on. I might end up having to because it looks pretty good right now. Near is weirdly dumpy, but everything else looks great. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, congratulations, Tom Selleck Goat, once again on your victory. Enjoy your chocolate-covered banana. Guys, as always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Happy Sunday, and good night. Smash the like button.